fourth layout I've made, and I wanted to have independent loops so that I couldn't crash anything. My strategy for the layout was, number one, nothing's going to crash, so it had to be simple. And I had several sub-collections I wanted to integrate into the layout. I had a Plasticville collection, I had a Department 56 collection, but putting the two together didn't make sense and didn't look good. So I devised a scenic divider and several different scenes so that wherever you are on the table, you can go around 360 degrees and see what I wanted you to see and not see the things that don't make sense with that particular scene. As you walk into the room, the main scene that you see is a New York City skyline and the Department 56 buildings in a very realistic sort of look, comparatively speaking, of a busy city scene. There's a station and 2 levels worth of trains running in and out. As you walk around the table, you get first to the amusement park section, where there are 20 animated rides that I built or other people have built for me. Most of them are hand done. As you walk around further, the last scene you see before coming back to the front again is a farm scene with a pumpkin patch and a couple of busy animals and people doing their jobs, and a few mythologic creatures inhabiting the mountain above them. I had a little bit of a background in scenic design for plays, so I used that and tried to just make it an interesting situation where you had bridges and tunnels, you had a little drama where things would disappear and then they'd come out somewhere else and that type of stuff, and just tried to be a little smart about it so that I could reach things and have it kind of practical, and it had to move around from house to house. Lisa, my wife, has been so supportive. She's very artistic herself, and she's constantly giving me hints and ways of improving things, and they're always improvements. No matter how much time I spend on a project, a few minutes of her input always makes it better. But she painted the clouds on the amusement park side. The scenic divider goes linearly on the front and back sides, but then it Y's out into 2 separate areas, so that when you're looking down the end of the table from the amusement park, you don't see a line from the other backdrop, you see a totally new scene. And that was partially her idea, and she painted it with these beautiful clouds so that you could see this nice scene that you expect to see at an amusement park by the sea. And it was just another one of her great ideas. I couldn't buy things off the shelf that I really wanted to do, so I started making them. I made some little carnival game stalls out of milk cartons that I decorated, and I made a lemonade stand out of what seemed logical, a little lemonade juice container, an ice cream bar out of a little plastic ice cream cone I saw at a dollar store. Just things like that. It's fun to light them up and put little people around them and put them in places that look good on the amusement park, for example. I have a little swing set scene that was a baby model of one of the other carnival rides I made, which was a pirate ship that swung. It's the same mechanism, it's just on a smaller scale. And I needed a little, I wanted a swing set, and I didn't want to pay a couple $100 for someone else to do it, so I did it myself. Ironically, I didn't have trains as a kid, but my grandfather's sister worked for Lionel and was there the only time they actually didn't make trains. It was in the war years. But because she did have some involvement, he was able to get discounts on things, so he bought trains for his 3 boys, one of which was my father. They played with them until the normal time and then put them up in teenage years and put them in a basement that held them for about 30 years. Just by chance, in my 30s, I got involved in trains from just going to a meet just for fun in Virginia, and asked about the trains, and my grandfather, who was still alive, and my dad, of course, said, they're still sitting in that same basement. If you want them, go get them. So I went and got them, and I've been collecting ever since. If I could, I would just like to express my thanks to all the incredible craftsmen and artists who are out there that have lent their talents to this layout without even knowing it, because there are lots of things on this layout I could never build in 100 years that they've already excelled at and done in a masterful way. So thank you to everybody who contributed, whether you know it's on this layout or not.